The future of sports science. Introduction to the module. This module discusses future developments in sports science. Topics to be covered: genetics and sports, tissue engineering, gene therapy and sports medicine, designer drugs, beta testing, bionics, other developments, future and ethics of sports medicine. Genetics and sports. Looking back on the history of sports medicine, there is no question that the future can only be manifested as an exponential entanglement of research, legality, and ethics. Science will go on the offensive and make new findings and revelations. Progressing faster than ethics and legality will lay the trail for the race. Ethics and legality will run to catch up. Genetic breakthroughs present us with both a hope and a puzzle. While we may be able to treat and prevent a variety of debilitating diseases, our newly discovered genetic knowledge may also enable us to exploit our own existence. We will be able to enhance our muscles, memories, and moods and choose the sex, height, and other genetic traits of our children. Many people agree that sports medicine can make the most critical future contributions in the field of prevention. In the study of the body's neuromuscular adaptations, injury prevention is gaining traction. An analysis of advanced pre-season neuromuscular preparation in soccer players, for example, found a substantial reduction in the frequency of anterior cruciate ligament tears. Tissue engineering. Tissue engineering is a technology based on biological substitutes for the repair, reconstruction, or regeneration of tissues. Most tissue engineering has been tested and applied in bone and cartilage research. Other research involves developing biocompatible materials that do not corrode in the body or set off an immune reaction and tissue rejection. Scientists are devising ways to grow tissue grafts in petri dishes to be transplanted to patients. The combination of tissue engineering and gene therapy will create more powerful muscles, stronger tendons, and more durable joints. Gene therapy. Gene therapy is the insertion of genetic material into an individual's cells or tissues to treat a disease. Clinical trials indicate its potential usefulness in treating metastatic skin cancer and diseases of the bone marrow system. Cloning is now a common topic in the news, especially during election season. The mere mention of cloning will elicit heated debate. Despite a fundamental misunderstanding of the technology, many people continue to argue that not all cloning involves human embryos. The majority of cloning is done with bacteria or cultured mammalian cells. Gene therapy and sports medicine. Gene therapy is essential to sports medicine because it enables the transfer of desired genes into target tissues. This scientific advancement will be significant for healing. Researchers have developed a synthetic gene that, when injected into the muscle cells of mice, prevents and even reverses natural muscle deterioration. The gene repairs not only wasted or injured muscles but also strengthens healthy ones. Because of gene therapy, therapeutic substances are steadily produced by local cells at the site of injury or inflammation. Since steroids and other performance-enhancing drugs are widely used in professional sports, many athletes would be eager to benefit from genetic enhancement. Unfortunately, gene therapy would almost certainly be abused. Both the brain and the brawn will benefit from genetic enhancement. Scientists were able to modify a fruit fly memory-linked gene in the mid-1990s, resulting in flies with photographic memories. More recently, researchers experimented on and developed smarter mice by inserting extra copies of a memory-related gene into mouse embryos. The altered mice learned more quickly and remembered things longer than their normal counterparts. All this brain research will hopefully make athletes think about the ramifications of human use. Designer drugs. Since the 1980s, human growth hormones have been approved for children with a hormone deficiency that causes them to be much shorter than usual. This substance is also very effective at raising the height of healthy children as well. Steroids and other pharmaceuticals have been used to achieve a competitive advantage in athletics for a long time, and steroids are likely to remain at the forefront of sports medicine. They have attractive characteristics for athletes, though at a significant expense. The recent identification of tetrahydrogestrienone, THG, the first true designer androgen, as a sports doping agent reflects an alarmingly sophisticated, illicit manufacturing facility and an underground network of androgen abusers. Clandestine scientists are on the search for other designer drugs. Undetectable substances and substances that mask other illegal agents are the fruit of the labor. These scientists are on a tight deadline in terms of the Olympics. They have 4 years to develop and distribute the agent before the next competition, and the chances are that by the next set of games, the agent will have been exposed, and the scientists will need to have a backup ready to go. Some athletes want bigger muscles, whereas some want bigger brains. Current research in Alzheimer's disease has opened the door for other doping strategies in sports. Therapies for Alzheimer's disease and other memory disorders can enhance the thinking power of healthy people too. Having a mental edge in sports is highly desirable. Better testing. While one group of rogue scientists searches for new and improved agents, others are looking for better ways to detect illicit drugs. Over the past several years, scientific advances in detecting sports doping agents and improved collaboration between sports organizations have enhanced the monitoring of fair athletic play. Although confirming the existence of designer steroids is credited to the sports anti-doping movement, anti-doping agencies need to continue investing in research and depending on honest athletic participants to maintain fairness and safety in sports. Bionics. The term bionics is derived from the terms biology and electronic and refers to the mechanical replacement or enhancement of organs or other body parts. Bionic implants vary from traditional prosthetics in that they closely imitate, if not outperform, the original function. Cochlear implants are surgically implanted electronic devices that provide people who are profoundly deaf or extremely hard of hearing with a sense of sound. The cochlear implant, unlike hearing aids, does not enhance sound. Rather, it operates by directly stimulating auditory nerves within the ear with electrical impulses. Cochlear implants recover the hearing ability of adults to the degree that allows regular speech, phone use, and even comprehension with a small amount of background noise. As electronics continue to grow smaller, the quality of cochlear implants continues to improve. Future research will increase the number of electrodes on the array and improve the software. Tomorrow's recipients may be able to hear at levels superior to that of the general population. However, other research in deafness may render the cochlear implant obsolete if a biological cure is developed. Most viable therapies for kidney failure are based on the use of stem cells. However, bionic kidneys are in the works. Early experiments with dogs that had kidney failure demonstrated the possible effectiveness of a bioartificial kidney and paved the way for the first use in 10 kidney patients in an intensive care unit. Recently, a Phase 2 clinical trial evaluated the device in 58 critically ill patients on dialysis. The results were impressive but needed to be confirmed in a more extensive study. This next phase of research is expected to take 2 to 4 years. Other developments. Most people typically do not consider animals to be a particular group in sports medicine, but they are. Although it is not addressed in detail, sports medicine's legal and ethical ramifications in veterinary science are outstanding and growing. Horse and dog racing are big businesses. Like other sports types, veterinary science faces its own challenges in sports medicine, namely doping. Veterinarians are key players in the emerging field of sports medicine for animals. The Keep On Moving jacket is a futuristic exercise apparel that will use biometric sensors to monitor athletic gains and performance. The jacket will boast a digital audio player and a virtual coach to monitor training levels and create a performance log, which can then feed back into home computer devices. Future and ethics of sports medicine. Science moves faster than ethics and legality and faster than moral understanding. As a result, the future of sports medicine ethics and legality is difficult to predict. Some researchers attempted to establish the ethical principles and values of sports medicine, but they concluded that many unresolved areas remain in the field of ethics in sports medicine. The law of sports medicine is also a rapidly evolving area. Sports law provides a significant body of jurisprudence, determines the legal rights and obligations of all participants, and safeguards athletes' health and safety. The evolution of sports law draws important distinctions between the relevant duties of care owed to athletes because of the differing legal relationships that arise out of athletic participation at different levels of competition. Society must identify and develop these emerging legal trends. It is critical to understand the history of the law of sports medicine in order to predict its future direction and to critique its progression. Summary. In this module, we have covered the following. Tissue engineering is a technology based on the development of biological substitutes for the repair, reconstruction, or regeneration of tissues. Gene therapy is the insertion of genetic material into an individual's cells or tissues to treat a disease. Bionic implants differ from mere prostheses because they mimic the original function very closely, maybe even surpassing it. Cochlear implants are surgically implanted electronic devices that provide a sense of sound to people who are profoundly deaf or severely hard of hearing. Sports law establishes an essential body of jurisprudence, defines the legal rights and duties of all parties, and protects the health and safety of athletes.